GingerGM.
Hello. And yeah, welcome to another hot day. I'm showing a bit of flesh today because I couldn't be bothered to find a better t-shirt, and it's really hot. I know you're gonna laugh at me there and say, what is the temperature? Just remember, gingers burn easily. We melt. We are cold. We are cold weather people. When the sun is shining, as much as it is very nice, it's more sweaty than lovely. But you didn't want to hear that probably anyway, did you? So I'm gonna try Title Tuesday, and I'm sure you guys, you know all about this. I've played many of these in the past. It's 11 rounds of, here we are up here, 11 rounds of 3 minute plus what, 1 second a move. I never get it right. I think it's 3 plus 1, or is it 3 plus 2? I don't know. It's something like quick, but it's very strong. You can only be a title player to play. Seems to be less players than there usually are. I haven't played many of these for a while. There's normally like 600 players, right? But you still got incredibly strong mix of some of the best players in the world, at Blitz especially. Eric Hansen, Jabava, who has that stupid name, Exotic Princess, won't ask where he got that name from. And it's an incredibly strong tournament. So it starts in about 3 minutes, and it's a lot of fun, and we'll just see how we get on today. So yeah, hi to everyone in the chat. Hello Mary, hope you're doing alright. Yobius, Bally, Hardcastle, everyone else. Declan, hello. It is mad hot in the UK, definitely. I'm down south, Surrey way. It's really hot. Thank you for subscribing, Peculiar Paul. How peculiar are you, Paul? And of course, Ken, thank you as well. It's 3 plus 1. I should know the time limit by now, considering I've played in these probably for the last 10 years or something. I should. How can I not know the time limit after 10 years of playing in this? It's crazy, right? Only me, right? David Abbott saying, are you going to be playing solidly, or are there some gambits in store today? You know what? I have no idea. I haven't even thought about it. Yobius is saying, at least you're not playing an Indian billionaire. Yes. Even though they might give me some money after they cheat against me, who knows. 94 degrees in Dallas. Is that Dallas? Yeah, well, I mean, I just couldn't cope. I mean, if I had to live in a desert, I would just melt into the sand. It just wouldn't work, you know. But it is nice. Everyone loves a bit of sun, right? I mean, you know, the English people are very good about complaining about everything, right? So it's like, when it's sunny, it's like, oh my god, it's too hot. And when it's not sunny, oh no, when's the sun gonna come? We just love a bit of a moan, don't we? Love a bit of a moan. 101 degrees and it's 10 AM. Where the hell do you live? We're on Saturn or somewhere in the sun. God blimey. I hope you've got good air conditioning there. Sounds, yeah, I mean, I think the problem for me, I've got a very small room where I stream from, and it's quite funny. Earlier on I had to do some videos. The game's going to start in 51 seconds, and when I'm doing like more professional videos, I have to put a jacket on, right? So I have my jacket on, and then after 2 minutes it's, so I'm thinking, okay, but I can get my arms out now, to the pleasure of a lot of you, I'm sure. And hello Gartholomew. Will we be seeing 1E5? Hello Blair, how you doing, mate? You alright? Good to see you, sir, in the chat. Will we be seeing, I've no idea what I'm going to play today. I haven't thought about it. I think we might change. I might play E4. If that doesn't work, I'll play D4. If that's C4 as black, we'll decide when the game comes along. Play the Kamaf gambit. I was thinking about that. So that's knight F3 E5. Should we do it? No, we won't. Okay, so I always like to start off with a nice Dutch. We want to get in the tournament well, and I'm very tilty in the first game. There's two ways to play this, either b6, but I quite like the stone wall setup here because there was a great game. This is a good move though. This is a good move. There's a great game, the Polish Immortal game, which went something like, okay, there's no point talking about it now. Maybe I should take this while I get a chance. We want to unbalance the pawn structure a little bit, right? Takes, knight here, check over here, annoying. I'm going to take it. I don't know what I'm going to do next, yeah? Knight in, bit too stable. Knight here, bishop here. I suppose we put the knight on d7 then. And where do I want to put the bishop? Probably e7. Okay, this is a good move that my opponent plays. It blocks up a lot of my play. And we've got to figure out how to meet this move now. b6, probably don't. This is my bad piece, so I probably want to give it some potential. Not a big fan of my position, I have to say. There's nothing that wrong with my position, but it's not that exciting either. My knight is very badly placed here. I want to play rook d8 and get that knight away. This knight doesn't have any good squares, so this is the slight problem in my position. But I'm not worse here. If I can play these two moves, I don't think that's a good move for my opponent because he weakens his pawn structure. As in, this pawn is, to my eyes, it looks quite bad. Both of our bishops are bad, but this pawn could be a target. Okay, so I'm going to get my plan in rerouting my knight, and I'd even like to swap queens here, but he can take this pawn, so maybe I should just continue with a normal move. And we've got to somehow win this game now, which is not going to be easy. This is a good square for his queen. I'm going to maybe consider playing g5. The first game is always a bit of a struggle. This is quite dangerous as well because I weaken my king. Okay, where's he going with that? I don't understand that one. And that gives me an opportunity to now take the initiative. I couldn't play that move before, but I can come straight in now. And can I grab this pawn, or will my rook get trapped? Well, we'll find out, right? I've always got knight d4. This is what I'm relying on, and you can see how my knight. This maneuver was so important. Now I'm relying on knight d4 here. I'm hoping this one works, because otherwise my rook gets trapped. See how that knight, the knight on d7 was so bad, but look how it's played such an important part in this game. It's really come to life. And now of course I'm very happy with my position. My rook is good. Many good things happening here. I can take a pawn. This one I could. Maybe I should go here first and take the pawn on c4. So I just got to keep my cool here, and things should be good. I feel we can swap queens. Why not? We're 2 pawns up. He might win this pawn back, but I'm going to get a bit of pressure, and his a3 pawn is looking like dropping. So very good position for me. These two moves were quite crafty that I played over here. Now I don't think he can play this move. This seems like it will just lose a piece. The pressure on that knight, well, okay, he can play on if he wishes, but it's kind of pointless, I think. I've said that many times before, end up fluffing these positions up, but if I fluff this one up, it'd be quite exceptional. Because sometimes, on very rare occasions, the best policy is to wait and try to even induce a blunder from your opponent, right? And that's what these two moves did. It kind of induced a blunder from my opponent, because okay, let's not lose on time or something stupid like that. I could just take that one and just keep it simple. And that's a good policy. It's what a lot of top players play. They play moves which probably don't improve their position, but I mean, is my opponent really playing this on? For goodness sake, I mean, come on. There is the limit. He heard me. Good man. He's up on time, can understand playing on, but it is 1 second to move, right? And I'm not that bad. I know I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. Okay, so that was pretty solid. Thanks for the cheer out there, Chess Chief. If I miss like a cheer out or a sub, it's probably because I'm trying to concentrate. Trying, I say. And what we normally do, we normally have a little look on the analysis afterwards, just to see. Yes, okay, thank you for telling me all this. I'm sure I've used you before. And we just see where I could improve. The opening was just about even, right? Not that good, not that bad. And what's my accuracy? Not too shabby. That is a good little start. Hello, Oliver Nee. Oliver Nee, one of the first people ever to subscribe to this channel. So a massive thank you to Oliver Nee, who's been subscribed for 44 months. Well done, sir. So it was all good, and I think some of the key moments here. Let's just have a look where I think the key moments really was understanding in these kind of positions where it's a slower maneuvering game. What of your pieces are bad? Now my bishop's good, my rooks are okay, but it's important to note that the knight is very bad. It blocks the position, and we just need to maneuver our bad pieces to better squares, right? So the natural way was to get this knight to c6, and that was the first key moment of this one. And when we get it there, I slightly prefer my position because this pawn is a weakness. Then I think the next important moment was here, playing h6 and not lashing out with g5, which is okay, but just playing this waiting move, because there's nothing that constructive that my opponent can play. This position is okay for him, I would say, but it induced this error, knight d2, where after rook here, we're able to capitalize and get a better position. Otherwise, I might have to have played g5, and that is risky because it does open up my king as well. So, you know, double-edged kind of position there. Thank you for the subs, Garth Volume. Thank you, Dutchman, who I can never pronounce. How you doing, sir? 24 months. That's pretty solid, right? Oh my words! Don't tell me how bad that was. Pronunciation was pretty bad, I'd imagine. And we started with win, so we're in first place, right? Woohoo! First place. Woohoo! How long's that gonna last for? So, thank you, Declan, for subscribing. Very kind, and everyone else for the support. Now, let's have a look who's at the top. Maybe Hikaru is still playing. Josim is a blitz specialist, this guy. And we got my friend, the Howler, David Howe. I'm not sure why David hasn't won a title Tuesday. If I was a betting man, I'd put a little cheeky bet on David Howe, because he's certainly good enough in blitz to win this event. And he's the kind of player who maybe gets a little bit nervous, but on his day he can beat everyone. So keep an eye out for David Howe, one of England's best chess players, potential to be the best. Praganand is playing, who I'm sure you've heard of. Maybe my pronunciation, you haven't heard of him. And the list, let's see what other names we can find. And there's a lot of strong IMs. This guy, Wonderful Time, is only an IM, but he's really a really good player. And then there's another one of England's top players, Gwaine, also got potential to win this tournament. So you've got England's finest in this, and me, which is always pleasant, right? Always pleasant. So Hikaru only drew. Wow. Is he calling his opponent a cheat? We have to wonder. Okay, so there we go. So we're just waiting for round 2 to start now. I think there's a break after round 4, isn't there? Something like that. Oliver Nee says he feels old. Well, you've been following me for 44 months, Oliver. I mean, no doubt you feel old, but your subscribing to this channel is so much appreciated, along with everyone else who subscribe. Okay, this is a tough game. So we got some strong German chap, right? Strong German chap. And we're gonna wheel out some gambits against this man. Why not? Oh yes, we're gonna hillbilly him. He's he's going to be hit by the power of the Billy. So I'm currently ahead of Hikaru. Well, that's where I belong, isn't it? German's #1 player, apparently. But has he faced the Hillbilly? Look at this. Look at this. The bottle variation. That's where you bottle it. Now, I'm going to play here, which is continuing with my Grandmaster Gambits course. And the kind of thing we want to get is, it's actually turned into an advanced French, hasn't it? I don't always play this move E5, but Richard Pallister told me it was a good move, so I listened to Richard, and we basically got now like some kind of French defense, and I don't know what my bishop's doing over here, but is it better there? Is it worse? I don't know. Hello, Captain Bumratty. Now I've got a theory, Captain, that whenever you turn up, my play goes to crap. Only joking, Captain. Well, there's a lot of strong players in this tournament, Declan. There's no point freaking out against them. Now, bishop here does save the pawn, but do I have something a little bit more spicy doody? Like knight c3. Can we do some spicy doody? Whatever that means. Here, takes, queen takes, knight here. Is that rubbish? Or I'm just going to probably just end up defending, but then I don't know. Knight c3, takes here. I don't mind sacking a pawn for a bit of a laugh. A bit of the shits and giggles, we say. Takes, queen takes. But only if I can justify it by not losing immediately. I've heard that is a good idea. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna play this. Why am I treating this like a long play game? Just develop your blooming pieces. Come on. Okay, let's just develop them. Come on, Simon. And maybe I'll put the knight here, over defend. You know, I played a French defense, so I should know what the hell I'm doing here, right? Now, I really want to start sacrificing something soon. Here, takes here on b2. And then knight here. Looks kind of interesting. Let's play it. Let's play this one. It might not work, but I gonna do it anyway. And my idea, if he takes the pawn, I'm going to shove my knight to this square. If he doesn't do anything, I'm going to checkmate him down the f-file. It's an easy game, chess, you see. You just go bang, bang, mate. I think he can take this one. I think he has to take that one because it gains the tempo on my knight. Queen d2. Oh, he hasn't. He's quibbling with fear. Okay, right, so he stopped my knight coming in. He's going to go knight here next move. Let's play this anyway. Interesting position, but I've got to move quicker. Is this good? My pawns are quite... I like this square for my queen. This maneuver is a very typical attacking maneuver. If he takes my knight, for example, I can continue in such a fashion. Knight here. Okay, let's see. This is interesting. Okay, so stop that one. I'd love to play b4. I can't quite play it now, right? Okay, if in doubt, just play this move. Okay, stopping all of that. I'm going to do this because I've just noticed the queen over there could be an annoyance. But this is actually more annoying, probably. Feels like I should have some play somewhere, but... yeah, maybe this is not the way to do it. Who knows? Don't turn off now. I always get this when I get a bit short screen, my bloody computer screen. It feels like I probably should take this, but can I take it? I don't know if I can or I can't. Well, I'm going to be a pawn down if I can't, so I must take it. Got this square for my knight. I think I have to... you can win the exchange with bishop here now, but... which is an exchange, isn't it? But maybe I can get my rook. No, I can't get my rook to d6. Yeah, this has gone a little bit wrong because, okay, he didn't do that, which is surprising. It's a good move. This knight's very strong. I don't really want to play that either. It's not a move I wanted to play. Get in there, fucky ducky time. My pieces are rather pinned. Was that my internet? My internet went down. Great, just to add to the fun and games. Definitely a little bit worse here, right? As in. Bit tricky position to play. Need to attack him. Oh fuck. How am I attacking him? My rook. I don't know. I'm not attacking him is the answer to that. Not attacking him at all. And he keeps pinning me. Stop pinning me, man. Your pins are a bane. And this is game over, I feel. Oh well. A little bit annoying. Seemed like I should have been okay somewhere, but we'll have a look at this analysis. But first of all, I do need to go to the. Oh, okay, we'll resign there. Do need to use the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. We'll see where I went wrong there. So yeah, he played well there. Let's be fair, but it was a bit of a weird one. I thought I had some pressure, and we'll just have a look what the computer says quickly. Let me know if the game starts. Oh, that's not very good accuracy. Not a very good accuracy there. So not. It's weird. That's a problem here. Oh, I missed a win around here. What the hell? What was this moment? What was this? Where did I miss a win? There was a major win somewhere. Okay, where was it? Where was my win? Did you see that? It was a little win, moments. Okay, just go here. There was a moment here where I could have won. Knight f5, of course. Now you see it. So easy. Is it my move? Can't be my move. Why didn't I play knight f5? This is what happens when you get a bit short of time. Had I played knight f5, I would have won. So I had some chances there. So okay, but in the opening, it did maybe see. Around here looks all right, but he's obviously got a decent French. So I think if I was going to play this again, I'm not going to play this e5 move. I feel it's e5. So you know, if I'm going to personally put my knight on c3. In the position. Yeah, it's all your fault, Captain Bumratty. Of course it is. It's not my fault for playing badly. It's of course your fault. But even around here, it seemed quite an interesting position. This move that he played was very clever because it stops my queen coming in. But it's so easy when you look at games afterwards, right? Because now I'm looking at here. Of course, I just move my queen to g3, and that attacks his kingside and defends my pawn. So this h4 move was just. Can I say it? It was just bad. Queen e1, and then either come to one of these two squares is absolutely fine for me. If anything, I prefer white, because his king is not that happy. If his king ever castles this way, well, it certainly to me feels like that is a target at some point with my pieces flying in. So so it's very easy afterwards to, okay, we're in with another game now, which is we get back in the mix. We need to get a couple of wins on the board, and let's see if we can get a good Dutch in. Hello to everyone else who's just joined the show. What should we do? Should we do this? Yeah, okay, we go for our normal Dutch standard position. Let's go for the old faithful. I normally play knight e4. a5 is a sideline I used to play. This is just a this is a kind of move which I don't really think does anything. So now I'll put the knight in. These two moves help black, because at some point I can play a4, which even in this position makes a lot of sense to make his advances on the queen side bad. Slight. This setup with one pawn versus these two pawns is a very nice setup to have. My one pawn cramps in. Maybe I can get a knight into this square later on. Okay, so he's going to try and play for this. Makes a lot of sense. And I need to try and counter that. So knight here. I'm going to play. Actually, I don't know. I've just allowed d5. Okay, I'm very happy he did not play d5 in the last position. Now I've got e5 in. I've had this kind of position many times before, and it's I think black is generally absolutely fine. I prefer black here. You know, as soon as you get these two moves in, if he allows this one, then I'm very happy. A lot of people play rook d1 here, but if anything, rook d1, taking the open file, is one of those classical moves which makes white's position worse, because I want to attack him with my queen over here, and he weakens f2, and his rook, okay, it may look good, but it's actually badly placed on such a square. So far so good. In my standard attacking plan, well, now he's even allowed me to play f4, which if I can play it with tempo, I'm certainly going to do. Continuing the attack. Takes, I could sacrifice the pawn. Very interesting. f5, queen here, but this is safe and good. And now we see the idea behind maybe bishop there was even stronger actually in hindsight, because I've just noticed he has rook here, which is a little bit frustrating, but okay, we'll keep flying them in. He's playing passively, good to see. And this is you know, all credit that this piece is a very good piece. I'm going to try to get rid of that one. And if he goes here, I'm thinking that improves my position because it blocks his bishop in and it gives me the bishop f5 possibility. So I'm trying to induce this move. If he doesn't do it, if he takes, my rook will try to come round and join in the attack. And the other thing I'd love to do is secure the e5 square for one of my pieces, preferably my knight in this position. Get the knight to that square. There may even be some... Okay, so now it feels like I can secure this square. He's got rook here. Don't know how much I should be worried about that. Do I want to give up this bishop? Really secure that square? I don't think so, but it's a strange one. Do I just induce this move one more time? I'm not worried about that pawn. Okay, I'm going to do this first because I've noticed when I put a piece on this square, there's going to be some rook d5. So I'm just going to give that square a little bit of extra protection, and I want to get knight here and c6 in. This pawn, I'm not too concerned about it, because when I get my pieces onto the great squares, I still feel his king is going to come under a little bit of pressure. So he's found this move. It's a good move, and now we drop back. He's found this one. Okay, so he's just about defending everything. Can I get this here? No, I'm not defending that one. So he's playing well at the moment. Good defensive moves. Takes, and the idea is I can maybe take here if he takes with the queen in this possibility. If he takes the pawn, of course that improves my position. So can I take this one? Well, he's got rook here. Fuck. Is something I've just seen. So he's playing really well actually. I don't want to... Okay, I'm going to have to play this, right? That move scares me. Takes here. Oh, maybe I could have played it. Takes, knight takes, queen... No, I couldn't have played it. I think it was losing, right? So I have to... So I'm just playing this to stop rook g5. And it's a very unbalanced position. I'm keeping this as a threat, I think. And Do I go for the queen? I don't think I do go for the exchange of queens. I'll keep them on for now. I've got bishop e6 forcing his rook away. If he allows it, which he doesn't allow. He's played this good move. Have to get rid of that one. Can't even think about that. And this guy's playing well. He's playing well. Okay. Certainly not in the bag, this game. And trying to get f3 in. You can go bishop e4 even here though, yeah? I'm not sure I like this so much. He keeps finding good moves, you know? Not that, you know, I shouldn't expect that. It's just annoying. Okay, come on. Still game on. He wants to get the queens off. I might have to oblige, because it's not a good way to keep them on. And now if I move the knight, he takes here. If I move my rook, how is this ending? It's going to be very... Well, maybe it's okay. b2 is very weak. b2 is very weak. This is not a terrible ending, I think, because of rook to this square, which I could have played at various points actually, but I'm being a bit greedy here by trying to keep all my pawns intact. But I don't know how I'm going to win this one at all. Gonna have to take some risks to win, because his e-pawn's really strong. It's a really strong pawn. I should have gone king f5. That would have kept more control. This is like risky. But my g pawn is a square nearer queening than his c pawn, and his king is in the way, so we can just try to queen. And that pawn of mine looks pretty damn decent, right? So lovely pawns. Lovely pawns. Look at them. Roll, baby. No, 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 no. You're not going anywhere with that one, I'm afraid. Roll, 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 roll. That's more like it. Okay. Tough game that was. That was actually a really tough game. I don't think it's going to be very high in accuracy, because when you get these unbalanced Dutch positions, which I get a lot, you know, they go wrong. But where did I play that wrong? Because it felt like around here everything's okay. I think what I should have done here was something different. Queen here was so natural, but this must have been really, really good position for me. Thank you, Chess Chef, for the cheerio there. And welcome to everyone who's just come along to the stream. Round 3, I think we have a break after the next round. I don't know if we've got time to analyze this, but this seems like a key position. And one thing, I mean, it's very easy to switch on the computer to analyze the position. Rook d1 is still a bad move. It's still a bad move to force the queen here. This position is definitely a lot better for me. I'm even thinking here, like, how can I even win this position already? Which might be a little bit optimistic, but you know, I could even do this kind of thing, right? G5, G4. It opens up my king, but something like this could be very strong. Let's just say I do this, right? And if he does the same, for example, I can do this in f3. This is one way I can try, but it feels here I should be able to keep better control than I did. I mean, I moved the queen over here, which is probably not a terrible move, but maybe there's something even better here. Maybe what I should have done after this move is play my bishop to h3. I think bishop h3 is the way. This is the way I should do it, and just directly go in for the attack like this. This seems much more to the point. Okay, interesting. Anything else I could have tried here? This is like a key position, certainly. Maybe this one's not so stupid, but I'm wondering if he can grab that pawn. Something like this, just stopping his whole idea. Because if I get this square, it's really nice for me. The way I played it, we'll just go back. So I played queen here. This wasn't terrible for me at all. I still think I'm better here. But after rook e1, I should, if I had this position, okay, it's too late now. Okay, we're playing, this guy actually beat me last time I played him. an NM. He beat me in Untitled Tuesday, so it'd be nice to get some revenge. We're on 2 out of 3. And we're gonna now go for, we tried out the E4, it didn't work so well, so I'm gonna play my chessable course, the Iron English, and we're gonna play this one a little bit more positional. Nothing wrong with that. This is all in the course. We expand with B4. Now this move is not supposed to be good. I feel, I don't know, maybe this is something I'm not aware of, but we're going to make it at least tricky for him to get his pawn back. G5, I put my knight over there and his king is very, very weak. G5 is a very drastic way to win his pawn back in this position. I'm also wondering, is D6, maybe D6 was winning last move. Was D6 winning? Okay, it doesn't matter, it's too late now. Right, so I'm going to play H4 to stop G5. Maybe now my bishop can come to this square. Now D6 is still sort of shouting at me to be played, but I don't think it's working here. And it's a weird position because even though I'm pawn up, it's quite hard to find moves. Because this knight comes here and he can improve. So this move looks a little bit loose with my knight being on pre, but I can't see a way he can take advantage of my knight at the moment, and I'm trying to obviously get through here. Okay, now rook takes might be a rather obscure way of playing this because his knight is pissing me off, so I want to try and eventually get to that knight, right? Bishop b2 or bishop e3, get rid of that knight. But here's a pawn, I must be okay here. I see some of you in the chat talking about G-Chess. Thank you very much for signing up to new website that we've created. Okay, so he's going for this one, but takes with the queen. Is this one dropping? No, I've got a lot of pieces defending it. Yeah, G-Chess is going to be getting better and better all the time, and it's a big thank you for everyone who has supported it by becoming premium members. So massive thank you to you guys who have done that, and you'll hopefully get a lot out of it in return. So I'm still not sure about its position. It's a very weird position, and this pawn, I don't know if I can defend it in the long run. Okay. It must be okay for me, but this is it. He's going to win this pawn, right? And here, do I get rid of his bishop? But then everything comes off and it gets really close to a draw. Okay. Gonna have to try and grind out another ending again, as far as I can see. But I just realised he's got this annoying move. If I go into the 7th rank. Okay. I'm not better here anymore. I'm not better. He's played well. So I want to come here, but he's got rook a5, and rook a5 is annoying. Okay, so he's going for exchanges in some way. I'm kind of happy to see that. I think I'm happy to see exchanges, but you try to liquidate, obviously. But now maybe I can come in here because rook a5 is still playable. Let's see what he does. Should be even this position, but okay, so if I take that one, he's going rook here. Little tactics. So do I move my king? Then he checks. Little tactics. Okay, this was an annoying threat. I don't know. The weird thing about this position, I don't know if my king is good or bad here. in this structure. But I do like my central pawns. Now I need to push them up the board and try to queen. Okay, so he's trying to liquidate over here, but this is weak. This is weak. I give him that, but I do have this pawn, and I need to try and use this pawn. Now let's get my rook into the game. King here was tempting, but I was a little bit wondering about that one. What to play if he... Okay, so I need to get the other rook in, right? Okay, we can come around the back. I've got to move quick just to sharpen play. Don't know why I'm thinking so much. This one, okay, this should be good for me. I've got one pawn, but it's not going to be enough to win. Fuck it. Looks like it's going to be a draw. Yeah, I had some very good chances in that ending. That was a very badly played ending, actually. This should be a draw unless he flags me or something. But I'm getting 1 second to move, so it'd be very annoying. But I played that ending pretty diabolically, so it was not good. Bit disappointed there. That should have been a nice, easy win there with that ending. But I played it really badly. Okay, there's a break now, so we can get a chance to look at this one. Still on 2.5 out of 4, but it was you can't not win games like that. Now, I mean, look at the accuracy here. Look at the accuracy. I mean, we're either both geniuses, or what the hell was that? I mean, wow. I mean, I'm so suspicious nowadays that. I always think, like, whenever I think we're both cheating there, right? To get some, look at that accuracy. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? That's pretty impressive to get such high. But of course, I don't feel my opponent was cheating there. I want to make that clear, because I'm sure I was winning that ending at some point, even though the graph doesn't say it. It just says it was very equal, apart from this moment here. For most of the game, is that not? Is it really? I mean, is that really? Is that true? I didn't think it was that good a game. Did anyone think the game was that good? I mean, you can't really beat someone if they get 99%, right? Well, I'm sure he's not saying the same Wednesday, because he's an NM. He's 21-1-5. This thing next to me says GM, right? GM. That says GM. It does happen occasionally. It does happen occasionally. Okay, well, let's have a look. I mean, I thought in the ending, look, there's literally no errors in the whole game. Can you believe that? No errors in the whole game. No, it's probably just a good game. But I feel around the ending, I should have been winning. Around, not here, but this ending here must have been winning for me, right? It only says I'm slightly better, and it says I should come. Yeah, I mean, this must be very close to winning with my king and pawn coming through, but the computer's not giving any places where we could have improved, which is quite peculiar, actually. Quite peculiar game, that one. Well, we can't be annoyed if we both get 98 plus accuracy and the game ends in a draw, right? Can't be annoyed by that. So maybe rook c6 is the way, and the way it was played. Well, even here I thought this was a bad move, but it might not have been, because his pawn gets active. Could I have to get my rook behind the pawn. If I come here, I get checkmated, so I have to go here. And now my king and pawn are just not quite good enough, because he can always check me with his rook from behind. So so this probably is just a draw now. This threatens checkmate. My opponent has to get out of checkmate, and now I get ready to push the pawn, and this is drawn around here. So I feel like I'm not as annoyed as I was seeing this, but I still feel around here great chances to win. Even f5 was a good move, right? Because it stops me playing this one. Maybe I should have played e4 straight away. Maybe this is another slight improvement on my play, where I stop this idea. This to me looks like it should be a winning position for me, because I can block his rook and my king can now come up, and these two pawns can look after each other. So this would be you know, the way to go. But yeah, I mean, what can we say about that? Good. I mean, look at this report, 99%. Have I ever got 90? I think I've got 99% before. 98.5. So the only game I lost was that one, but it's really. But I still think I should have won that one, even with his 99% accuracy in the board. But no, I played more inaccuracies than him. But okay, I was always pushing for the win, right? So 4 games over, and we have a lot to go. Well, how many do we got to go? We've got 7 to go. We're on 2.5 after that one, after 4 games. So it's not the end of the world. And we can have a look at score group. Let's do that now. I don't know who this is. I doubt he's from Scotland. He can't be from Scotland. Maxine Matlikov, and he's got a Scottish flag. That's bizarre, isn't it? That is bizarre. That he's got a Scottish flag. And just going down the lists, Prague on 3. Okay, let's update. Let's see who the new list is. I need to report myself, so skills undercover. Yeah, that's a good point. I need to report myself. It happens when you both get high accuracies, and you know, it was probably just a good game. Flying Horse Cow, where can I buy your Tory attack course? Well, I've only got one Tory attack course, and that is for that's basically for chess space. I don't get many royalties for that, but I'm going to try to bring out one, I think, soon. Another Tory, an updated Tory course, and an updated the Tory course I was very happy with, but I need to update that. So I'm going to try to bring out an updated Tory, definitely, no doubt about that. But okay, Eric Hansen's on 4. It's always good to see Eric play well. Pragananananananand is up there. Where's David Howell? Where is David Howell? Is David Howell up there? Here's my tip to win it. Come on, David. Where are you? I can't see you. Oh, he's not up there at the moment. Hikaru, 3.5. Verdenort, 3.5. So I'm a point off these guys. We need to get a bit of roll of wins together. There's no games going on. Maybe David Howell has lost the game, which should be a little bit disappointing. But he can. Okay, where is David Howell? Maybe he had to go and do something. This is Danny Gormali, the Danny Gormali monster, Kill Cruet, which is probably a horse. Danny loves his horse racing, so he's probably named himself after a horse there. Another top English blitz player, very strong blitz player. And I'm still scrolling down. So many strong players, right? Johan Willow is an English player. He's very good at blitz. Only an FM, they say, but I mean, specialist blitz player. He's crushed me before. And Jabava's 3 out of 4. That's basically a lot of good players, aren't there? A lot of good players. A lot of good players. So we're on 2.5, and wow, it's a little break now. What they do after round 4, and I think round 8, they always have a little time out, right? So they can check for cheaters. They've got very good cheat detection on chess.com, so they can find out if anyone's cheating pretty quickly. So maybe I'll get banned after that last game, right? For my 98%, even though I don't think I played it very well. Could you put the link to your classical Dutch course? Well, I mean, if you just you know how to use Google, Narayan Anyar VB. Google works pretty well. Google works very well. You can always Google classical Dutch, my name, you should find it. Flying Horse Cow, see you later, Yobius, is saying, can you play a Tory maybe? Can you maybe play a Tory? Maybe we will see. Can I play it? Possibly. Urakazatos is saying, your sound is not come. It's not, no. What does that mean? What does that mean, man? I don't even know what that means. Your sound is not come. I don't know what that means. Something. You have to enlighten me. Try again. And I know that English is not everyone's native language, so I don't mean to be rude, of course. But you know, if you got me trying to type anything in another language, it would be an absolute failure. So, but yeah, let me know what you mean, though. So what should we do next? So we're going to go, I think we're going to stick to the Dutch. That's a nice opening. I think if we get e4, we'll go for a Dragon Sicilian. I think if we get white again, well, we haven't played d4 yet, so maybe we will play a Tory. Maybe we will play a Tory, eh? Hello, Davy Jones. Dutch him up. I will. Okay, so we're playing a Grandmaster. This is quite a tough game. You always get a little bit worried when you're playing like a Grandmaster from Russia or from China, right? You always like, okay, I'm not playing the Tory against this. I don't think it works very well. We could play the, okay, we're just going to play normal. Let's play normal chess. No need to go crazy. And we're playing into the Queen's Gambit, Knight c3. And I'm going to play an old Gambit line, which is really bad, but it's a lot of fun. It's time to bring out the cowboy. And this is a very fun line. I'll flick in a check, but it's maybe not very sound. The idea is to do some absolutely ridiculous stuff like this, or like this, go straight in for the kill. Do I speak any other languages? No, I don't. I'd love to say I did, but I don't. It's pretty bad. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and this is already getting a bit ridiculous, right? I don't think this is a very good opening, but it's quite fun. It's quite fun. And we're just going to try to hack this guy up. So takes king here is probably the key variation. And then I've got to decide what I play. I think in that position I once played the ridiculous knight to f3 against Blair. I don't know if Blair's still around. Blair may have gone. So this knight c6 is probably a decent move for my opponent here. And again, you just get some crazy positions with this line. Okay, so he's given up this pawn. It'd be rude not to take it. And I think I should keep the position open, so we're going to take that one. And now he's probably going to want to swap queens, isn't he? We can play bishop here, knight here, queen here, and I have to swap. Don't really want to get the queens off, so can I play this? Queen. I think the queens are coming off, right? Can I take here? That looks suicidal. Bishop g5. I don't know. Bishop takes f2. Very complicated position. That's why I'm spending a bit of time here. I think we should just play knight e2 and think about what to do next move. Queen b6 I can castle. It's not the end of the world. The ending's not too bad. So now he's going to try and discombobulate my pieces. If I move my bishop, the knight goes there. So what do we do here? Just moves his bishop. Bishop d5. Ah, I didn't mean to play that. I was okay. I didn't want to play that move, but it might be okay. I was thinking about this move and I just dragged it there. Probably ends up being the best move. Knight takes, queen takes. It might be okay, but if that works out, it was a blooming good mouse slip, right? because I was worried about the knight coming here, discombobulating my queen, and then king takes bishop. So he's gone in here. Okay. Now castles. He wants to come here. Castles is knight takes, knight takes. Okay. Jesus, this is complicated. He's got this check here, which is a real fucker. Can I just take this pawn? Why am I being the greedy one? I never thought I'd be the greedy one in this game. I'm trying to sacrifice. If I can castle, I'm really, really happy, because his king's been a little bit molested over there. Not good. Rook is done. So maybe I can just take this one. But in these positions, there's so many pieces flying around. It becomes very complicated, and he might have some amazing tactic like this. He's gone for it, and now some bishop move with a knight coming in here, which he's played. But I can take here, but then check queen here. But I've got a counter spank. I've got queen takes c2, knight e6 check, knight check, queen takes, bishop takes, knight e6, winning the queen. If knight check king here, he goes queen d1, and that's mate. So he has to play something like this. And now just keep my cool. Bishop d2 looks like the way to do this. Pinning that knight. If he goes check, I take the knight again. If he doesn't, I take his knight on d7. Boom! Put out your pipe and smoky, son. That was a nice little 16 mover. 16 mover. And all because of that little mouse slip, which I was thinking about but didn't mean to play. Sometimes you just got to go with your instincts, right? You just got to, in you go. It's quite a fun little gambit line. No, I don't think anyone else in the world has played this gambit line apart from me, because it's just refuted by the computers. Now when I put this on the computer's going to give me like 30%, but it's a practical game. This is the kind of gambit that maybe in the old days you'd have, in the olden days, maybe Marshall or Morphy might have given a punt. Like the King's Gambit is supposed to be dubious. Have some fun, throw in a gambit or two. Oof. Anyway, that was quite weird, yeah? Never in doubt. It was never in doubt, was it? Never in doubt. It was always there. Okay, well let's. What do we think the accuracy is going to be there? It's going to. I'll just warn you, it's going to be very low. So yeah, hello Jen's Chess. Hello sir. No, that can't be right. I think the computer is totally screwed today. You know what? I think the chess.computer. I mean, what do you think my accuracy is, guys? What do you think it is? Come on. What do you think it is? What do you think the accuracy is here? Before I put it on. I think the chess.com computer is literally having a meltdown in the heat. So yeah, hello to everyone in the chat. I haven't had said hello to like all you guys. You missed that game because of phone call. You literally went during that game, did you? And I just beat the Russian Grandmaster in 16 moves. I mean, Jerry, go and have some more phone calls, please. Or get yourself a beer. I think if you have a beer, it'll be better, Jerry. Okay, so let's have a look. So for some reason, the computer thinks my accuracy is 98%. And I just don't believe this. I think the computer is having a meltdown here. I mean, look, this is the Marshall Gambit, but no one plays this move anymore. This is like a gambit which I think just not anyone knows about. I hope my game hasn't started. It's a really hidden gambit. Now this move is my own little invention, as is this, because you basically push the bishop to this square, and you're saying that the king has one less escape square. But in this position here, there's a number of good moves, and I think just taking the pawn is good. But this seems to give me a lot of play. And okay, bishop d5 was the top move. Oh my words. I know the computer's not that strong, but it's still the top move. So my little mouse slip worked well. And then I suppose the tactics around here, I just had to calculate a little bit careful. I can't believe I mouse slipped the best move. And I think probably I'm just winning here, right? My opponent's idea looks very dangerous here, but as long as I play this, the point here, we saw that he was just losing after these two moves. But the point is, he can't play knight c2 check. He wants to go for checkmate, but he missed. I have queen takes c2, and this is the major problem, and I win the piece back, and it's very easy there. So, well, that was kind of stupid, that one. I mean, the computer just doesn't have a clue. It doesn't know what it's on about today. The computer is off the chart today. I mean, sometimes just bamboozling your opponent is very good, because I know that opening's dodgy, but the point is chess is a practical game, and it's very hard for black to find the right defense. Even in a long play game, I've played like that and had some great wins, and it's also a lot of fun. And we play chess to have fun, exciting games, right? And that was kind of fun, kind of exciting, and probably a load of weirdness. So yeah, have I had 2 games which are 98%? I'm going to get a cheating warning soon, aren't I? Gwaine just beat Hikaru. Really? Get in there, Gwaine. Good boy. Gwaine Jones apparently just he beat Hikaru. Really? That's really cool. How can we see that? I don't know how we can see that. Well, if I try to see the game, it's probably going to go away. But Gwaine Jones, I'll just show you where he is. Apparently beat Hikaru Nakamura, and anyone who beats Hikaru, because Hikaru is just the ledge, isn't he? Hikaru is just the strongest Title Tuesday player. Anyone who can beat him is very impressive. Look at all these people on 5, just showing the scores. I think I'm on 3.5, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. The guy I lost to is on maximum points at the moment. And good question from Skills Undercover. Do you have to be a GM to blunder the best move? Of course you do. This is not something that weaker players play, says the arrogant Williams, or an Indian billionaire. Hikaru now rage quits. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Hikaru now rage quits, right? So well done, Gwaine. There you go. Gwaine is up there, and we're into. Okay, I've got these Germans. This is like the football all over again. This is like the football all over again. You remember the? Now I've got played. Isn't this the second highest German player, Donichenko? Shall we play the Gambit? Eve? No, we're not. We're going to stick to the Dutch, and we're going to stick to what I know. Now Donichenko is, maybe he is the German #1. I don't know. He's bloody good. And if you, well, obviously the football is on at the moment, the European the European Championships football, and I'm sure, as you all know, especially if you're English, England always lose to Germany in the football in penalties normally. So this kind of like feels like I don't want to relive that. Come on. Okay, he's going. I'm glad he's playing aggressive, because this is what I want. Now I'm just going to step out the way. No, let's not be scared. Let's get rid of that bishop. Let's get rid of that. I want to play this idea, but my knight is on pre, so I'm just gonna think of a way to deal with that simple move. And I want to attack like this, because it's opposite side castling. I expect he might be able to play d4, but this position is certainly just equal. I prefer black, if anything. Okay, so he's probably going to go for d4, which liquidates. Okay, he didn't go for d4 in the position. Gives me a chance to play this now. And we should always try to play the most challenging move. So I'm gonna play the most challenging move using the center, and we will. Taking here is also very, very tempting, very small edge for me, but e5, e4 is more adventurous, but adventurous is not always good, right? And I'm kind of already regretting that decision as soon as I play it. What am I doing here? Why didn't I just keep it simple, a small edge? Because now we can go bishop here and take, bishop takes here. Okay, then I had knight g4, so it's still okay. I've got a file. Got a file to try and attack on. Okay, he's going to go for g4s. Taking on pass on, the bishop comes in. Let's tuck this one away, threatening maybe to take his pawn. I don't know if I'm playing this move or not, e3 or not. Maybe I'm playing this move, maybe I'm not. Probably not now. Maybe I should be playing this move. And if I start doubling up here, kind of feels like his g4 is a bit more to the point than anything I'm doing. So I don't like the, okay, maybe I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this move. I don't know. Seems very. If I was going to play this, I should have played it last move because I've improved his structure somewhat. But I want to keep my bishop flowing. You can't take my pawn because of bishop c2. I was worried about him getting f5 in and killing my bishop on h7. So hence why I played this way. Okay, well I'm going to take that one. I don't care. Well, I kind of do care. I'm kind of getting quite scared. Can I keep it blocked over there? Takes. Okay, come on, let's just take it. Let's not worry. Let's play bravely. And here, even the ending is not something to shy away from. Come in, or do we just let's play this first. This can't be a bad move. And I want to maybe try and swing back around with these ideas now. So I want to, and he stopped me from doing that. It's a good move from my opponent. And now I have to be quite brave here. He's got to prove the extra. He's got to prove his sacrifice. I'm hoping my queen and my bishop seems very strong. Now, why can't I play rook here now? Well, he's got check. Okay, you know what? I think the ending is good for me, so I don't think I need to fear the ending. Well, I don't know if it's good, but it's not worse. This check was mating me, so we didn't want to sit into that. Obviously my time is very bad. This is either winning for me or not. He's got king here. Fuck, that just about hangs on. So the answer is not. It's bloody close, wasn't it? Oh God. Can I calculate this in time? Ah! Fuck it. Oh man, I'm fluffing this up. Sure, I was doing very annoying the way I played this. Why did I go here? I've allowed him to exchange rooks. Completely ridiculous the way I'm playing this. And there's nothing I can do here, unfortunately, because I played this so... I'm really annoyed. This game is one of those ones which is really annoying because I was clearly doing well there. Oh, that's the most annoying game yet. Clearly doing well, and again I've thrown it away. So let's have a look. That was very annoying. Probably the game I'm most annoyed with. Hopefully not going to be more. So even that ending, I thought I was queening my pawn there, right? Thought I was queening my pawn. Hello Jess Fox, hope you're doing all right. And it wasn't ever that good. I was okay. I'll show you the analysis anyway. I was better, but it wasn't ever like winning. It was just like +1. So, but I'm still annoyed because it seemed like for a lot of the game I was kind of better around here. And I must have made a mistake here, but then around this point, yeah, this is where I played this move, and I should have just, of course, gone rook f3. So easy when you look at it afterwards, right? You just play rook f3, then you push your g pawn. It's probably a winning position. So it's these just one little moves, and as soon as I played this move, it goes wrong. So that was very silly of me. And you can see here rook f3. and he's in a rather desperate situation. E2 is kind of logical, but I just missed. I'm not winning. I missed his plan to bring the king over, and if I keep my pawn on E3, it stops his king getting to this important square, and he's probably losing. If I play rook F3, my simple plan is just to use these guys, and my G pawn is probably a winner. Actually, you know, just push the G pawn immediately, because if he ever goes rook here, then my E pawn wins. So I think this is just quite an easily winning move, putting the rook on F3 there. That would be too much. So we've lost to the Germans so far. The blooming England always loses the blooming Germans, and we lost them again. Lost to two of the strongest Germans, but this is one I should not have lost. Up to this point, I think a pretty good game, right? It seemed like a good game. Everything was going well. Played. I don't know what that does. Played all right. Maybe I made some mistakes around here, and he was better here, but maybe not that much. And obviously, the ending after that was pretty bad. So, okay, we'll be back. Were you? I bet you were watching Captain Bumratty that game, weren't you? I bet you were watching. Is that right? I bet you were. Captain Bumratty. Gawain won again. Gawain's on a roll. Let's have a look at scores. So 6 games. What am I on? I'm 3.5 out of 6. It's not a great score, but we'll see if we can get a roll of wins in the subsequent rounds. We just need to get that little roll going. I always say that. What score are we going for? So we got, how many rounds we got left? 5. So we can potentially get 8.5. Is that right? What am I doing? 6, 7, 8. We can get 8.5. Is that right? So I think 7.5 is all right. 7.5 is all right. We're going for 7.5, but 8.5 at the back of my mind. Okay, these are the scores. So 6. There's only 3 players. You've got Gawain playing fantastically. Beat Hikaru Nakamura, doing really, really well up there at the top. Ganakamsky, who I often play in this event, is doing well, and a lot of other players. So we want, okay, well, let's just get 5 out of 5. Let's just get 5 out of 5. I feel I can do it. I feel I can do it. Anyone want to have a bet? I can't get 5 out of 5. Actually, don't bet that. It's a pretty bad bet, but I shouldn't be betting that. We've got to now play WIM WisdomGame. What I haven't played yet, so I haven't played F4. Let's try a bit of birds. We're mixing up the openings today, playing some different stuff out, and now we get a King's Gambit. Look how crafty that was. We tempt her into playing the From's Gambit. She's like, I'm gonna gambit against you, and then you go, boom, and you're like, no, I'm getting you in the gambit. Thank you very much, my dear. And well, this is all pretty standard. A set. The bishop's normally on c5 here. My opponent's got a bit of an inferior position here because the bishop is passive, but it's not by any means that bad for my opponent, who's playing very well. I'm happy to get rid of this one, knight d4. I can sometimes play this, but this is the normal solution to dealing with those threats. And I'm going to try and tuck my bishop away just so it gets out of trouble. My next idea will be, so here is this move coming. That's why I want to tuck my bishop away, you see. Do I play a4 or a3? Doesn't make any difference. I'm just going to tuck it. Okay, she wants to maybe put the bishop there. Does that scare me? It does a little bit, I have to admit. It does actually little bit scare me. Just a little, just a tad. Okay, well, let's see. Now here, can I also take there? I don't know, but I probably will, because it looks like fun. It looks like fun. Incoming spanking. What, on the board? I hope you mean on the board. Chess Patch UK. It's probably going to be. My idea is just get the bishop out of the way, and like I say, get rid of this knight, and then checkmate. That's the general plan of these positions. 2 bishops. This pawn, very nice. It's like a Dutch. Somehow, well, I did play 1 f4, so it's not unsurprising. It's a Dutch. Okay, let's get the bishop out of the way, because that's always getting hit by moves like this. Now, do we develop this bishop first? I don't see why not. So let's go here. My opponent very quickly played this good move, and I don't want to leave that one a pre, so I guess I've got c3 coming up. My opponent playing very interesting chess, sacrificing a pawn, but if I take here first, look at that weird pawn. That is one weird pawn. I'm hoping I can just take that one, and that weird pawn will be saying goodbye. Let's do that. Let's just whip it off, yeah? Oh, let's do it. Let's take it. And that's an extra pawn. And now I can start having the fun. Now I can start having... That was a weird pawn. That could be like one of those retrograde puzzles. How did the pawn get to a2? It was a bizarre pawn, says Star KO. Ken saying, I like your plan. Well, I'm glad someone does. It's the first time anyone said that today. And my opponent now lashing out with some ideas like this, which makes sense. Now, a little bit of careful calculation, but I think this is okay. I've got d4. Just got to watch out for bishop here, but I've always got d4. So I don't want to take there. That looks too risky, but we can now play d4, and we've got a lovely square for our knight. And my opponent's got another weak pawn now. This one here, which might well just drop quite quickly. I'm very solid. This looks pretty good, this position. My knight has a lovely route in, and maybe we can go and tap the queen, but a knight on f5 against the castle king is a very good square to have the knight, because you start threatening the squares in front of their king, you start threatening some sacrifices, you start threatening all sorts of funny business. So this is nice, but I don't need to rush that move. I might get my rook back in the game first. My rook is out of play. My opponent can't really play this move for d5 or knight d5. And the other thing when you're playing chess, it's so important. When I'm playing these games, as you can tell, I'm mainly talking about my own ideas. But it's so important to stop your opponent doing the ideas that, in this case, she wants to do. So I don't want to open up that rook. Now I can't resist playing this move. This is just too tempting. And if I get a queen to g4, it could well be game over, but let's keep it simple and just try to get rid of the pawn on e4. And now I'm going to get my rook back around to e1, supporting that one. 2 pawns up. It's looking pretty good. Let's just get that there. Lovely position, lovely. Goodbye, Sir de Grasse. Thank you for popping by today. Such a pity to get rid of this knight, isn't it? Such a pity to get rid of it. So I'm saying I'm not going to, but am I really going to sack it there if she plays f5? That's, you know, this is the kind of stupid thoughts I have. I'm like, I'm 2 pawns up. Let's play a really risky move and sacrifice, but we're not going to need to now. Everything is coming into the position. Everything is weak here for black. So my opponent. Oh, is there anything I've got to watch out for? Any little nasty ideas here? What's she trying to do? I'm just going to play this one. Just going to... No. Go away. Off you go. Bye. Back you go. Don't like you in my position. Away. Away with you. Thank you. Now, I could take the rook. That's pretty nice. I could take it. Let's take this one. Let's take everything. And... so she's trying to come here and do something checkmatery to me, but this is a good check. This is a strong check. Okay. Whew. Back in business a little bit. So that's the first of the 5 wins. So guys, are you gonna, those of you who haven't subscribed, are you gonna subscribe if I win 5 in a row? Come on, please, one of you at least subscribe. If I get 5 wins in a row, that must be worth a subscription. Surely. Okay. Yes, people are saying yes. If I get 5 in a row, you've got to try to get behind the streamer, right? Whoever's streaming, it's kind of the point of it. It's quite hard getting behind me because my play is a bit like a I don't know. Well, I was going to say roller coaster, but that's a bit cliche. My play is a bit like a drunken driver who's That's a bit boring as well. What's my play like? Come on, you guys can explain my play. Chess Chef, thank you for gifting the sub there. That's very kind of you. Cheers. All support is good. Come on, you guys. I want to tell you in the chat, you've got to sum up my play. You could just say terrible, crap, weak Grandmaster. You can say what you like. A Robin. Oh, I think it's a Robin reliant on ice. I like that one. That is good. That's a good one, man. I will subscribe only when you revive Capablanca and beat him in a classical game. I'll see what I can do there, mate. You know, it's not going to be easy, but you never know. I'll get my grandpa's credit card and sub. I don't need it that much. You know, maybe ask your grandfather first. Is he still alive? You know, just chill there, boy. If you win, okay, I've got to win 4 in a row against good players. It's not going to be very likely. If you win next games, you play is like the fast lane of a demolition derby with no seatbelt. That's the way we roll. That's it. Better with booze, says CTR. Well, I mean, you know, I do like having a beer, but I'm trying to be a bit more sensible this week. I kind of overdid it on the Saturday. Let's just say that. And I'm still in recovery from the Saturday, so oh, it's a wild one. It's a wild one. Okay, now while we wait, I'm not going to put that on the computer because I can't be bothered. But Gwaine Jones is still having a stormer. How many rounds have we had now? How many rounds have we had? We had 7, so there's 4 more left, of course, and we're going for 4 out of 4. Then you're all subbing. I'm going to be rich. We're going to catch up Hikaru and his subs. We're going to overtake Eric. Eric deserves the subs. Look at him. He's on 7 out of 7. I love to see Eric do well. Is Gwaine still playing? How's Gwaine? Oh, Gwaine might have lost his last game. That's okay. Gwaine lost his last game. That's a little bit unlucky for him. That's a pity. Ganina drew with Hikaru. Ganina is a really strong player. Ganina is a very entertaining, brilliant player. Not just a female player. You know, just generally a very good player. She's a really nice person as well. Ganina is known to be one of the nicest people in chess. Did I? Interesting question from the Flying Horse Cow. Well, it's an interesting name, isn't it? The Flying Horse Cow. Did you ever sit in the corner of a pub playing yourself? I'm glad you phrased it that way and not playing with yourself. That's another story, not me. You know, playing yourself over the board and getting weird looks from other people. I don't think I've ever played chess with myself in a pub. I mean, nowadays you can sit on your phone and play if you really want to, but I'm sure I've had some weird ones. I used to, when I was a lot younger, like 20, I used to go around. Let's just see if Danny Gormali's in the event still. Okay, we got to play. We've got a tough game here. What opening? I keep getting white. What am I going to play now, guys? What am I going to play? I haven't played B3 yet. Let's just play B3. I'll concentrate on the game because we need to get 4 out of 4. But I remember I used to go with Danny up to London, and we used to take our own chessboard, our set, a table and chairs, foldable, and we used to what do I do against this? I don't know. Let's go F4. We used to go to Leicester Square, set up a little counter before the police came along, and we used to have a little sign saying play, you know, we'll play blitz for money. But then that's pretty illegal, actually. You can't really do that anymore. So there you go. Anyway, don't know where that story came from. Right, what are we doing here? We're developing normally. Quite a sensible position, this one. Let's try to stop B5. And I think I want to be playing with E4, right? This is a little bit slower way to advance, but it's okay. Now that knight is strong. Am I falling for any tactics for this? I hope not, but you've got to watch out on this diagonal. Oh no, I probably am. He could have gone knight there. Good thing he didn't go knight G4. I kind of felt there was a tactic there, and I think my opponent could have slam dunked the knight into G4 in that position. But did that work? I don't know. I don't know if that worked. Okay. So now this one is clearly my opponent's idea, and I'm not really making great progress here, am I? Let's keep. Well, okay, we'll just attack and see what happens. G4 is my idea. Get rid of the defender of my opponent's king, and now take over the center with c3, and oh, that's quite a risk. It seems like a risky move, that one, but maybe it's a good move for my opponent. If I can get this in, I'll be so happy. This is my opponent's next move. So do we just take and go here positionally? I've kind of given up on a kingside attack here, but I'm going for a more positional game where I'm trying to kill the bishop here and give myself a very strong pass pawn for any potential endings. So opponent, very quick player here. This check and coming in here is the concern. Is that a concern? Well, there's not much I can do about it. I want to get my rook to f1, so I need to move my queen. The more exchanges I make, okay, I feel the better. So my opponent's now getting a knight there, but it gives me a chance to stop that check. And I must be better now, so let's just keep my cool. This one, well, then she gets rid of this. So how do we play this position? Should be good. Okay, oh god, that's no. I was thinking that I don't want to allow this, but maybe I don't need to fear that one too much. Okay, so my knight is not great. I'm trying to think of a plan in this position, and it's not so easy. This pawn I put in a weak square, which is why I didn't really like it. I have a really good score against this guy normally, but when you're playing Entitled Tuesday, you always get a bit more nervous than you should do, which is stupid, really. I don't know how I'm playing this position. I did see this, but I wasn't that concerned about it at the time, but now I'm getting more concerned about it. It's going to come and take this pawn. What am I doing with my position here? It's stupid. Okay, I have to get rid of this. Because I wanted to come into b6, but then this was really... h4 was a terrible move by me. And you won't hear me say that too often, but you will hear me say it here. I really did not need to play h4 and weaken and allow the bishop to come back there. That was silly. It was a little bit too premature. This, I feel, is my main idea, but after the queen comes here, what do I do next? So maybe I should be coming to g5 to get in. Maybe this is the right way to bring my queen. Maybe even bishop here. Now my opponent can take that one. It's come all the way back. That's really surprising there. Okay, let's try and use that h-pawn now. Try to prove that it's not completely stupid. I think I've got a very nice position here. Okay, now do we come in now? Do we come to the king side or in? I'm gonna go more aggressive. Trying to get an ending. How is the ending? The ending should be alright for me, I feel. Should be okay. This is what I need to aim for, this one. If I can get my knight here, this pawn will drop. So I'm going to try to go king here and bring my knight to this square. My opponent's going to try to get a bishop to one of these two squares, so he's doing the right plan. Now this plan is a little bit slow, unfortunately. Didn't realise how short time it was as well. I should better draw this position, but that's no good, right? We really want to try to find a way to win, but I don't know, this is not the right plan. Trying to get my knight somewhere good, but it can't go anywhere. Okay. So slow. I'm so damn slow. It's horrendous how slow I am. I'm just going to go here, see what happens. Style matrix, unbelievable, unbelievable style matrix there. Jeez, that was. You see that nasty style matrix? Oh, anyway, we won. We got. What are we on now? We got three. We got to. What we got? Win three more. We're going to get 5 out of 5. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Just a little bit of doubt in my mind. And that was a tough one, though. That was a tough one. So look at this very nice style matrix my opponent played here. So my opponent now put the king here, and like, I'm not very good short of time, but this 1 second extra helps me a lot. And if I play king takes here, it's a draw because it's stalemate. So it's one of those ones. It's one of those ones which, yeah, I mean, you got to be a little bit careful of. But we didn't do that. So we have, what, 3 more rounds left? So we've done 2. Can we do it? 5 out of 5. We've got to get 3 out of 3 now. Anyone else have the faith? Anyone have the faith? Jess, I know you got the faith, sir. Jess, you've always got the faith. I could fall for that. I could easily fall for that. Lots of even Gary Kasparov's fallen for similar ideas, right? Believe it or not. So, but the games are obviously going to get harder and harder now the more points we get. So 3 out of 3 is easier than 5 out of 5. That's right. That's right. It is. That's the good way. That's a good way to look at it. It's a very good way to look at it. Let's have a look at tournament scores. Now, Eric Hansen is not at the top. He must have just lost to I think this is Adriaking, one of the top players, Russian players. And you can see at the top there's a number of Russians, Americans, Canadian there, Eric of course, and it looks like, well, Jabava's there, another legend. It looks like unfortunately Gawain has dropped down a little bit, but he's still on a good score. He's still on a decent score there. But there's just a lot of good players in the mix. But leading the tournament up, well, there's 2 players now on 7.5. So I think we're 2 points off that, but we're going for obviously 3 out of 3 finish. Wish me luck, boys and girls. And is there a break now? Yeah, there is a break now. There's always a break after round 8. Yeah, Hikaru's not having a good tournament this time. So I'm kind of wondering if it's a good time to have another toilet break. It's so hot here and drinking a lot, but we'll do that when we get a quick win in, after the next quick win. And I think the other problem I'm going to have is that I've got 2. It's harder to play with the black pieces, right? And I don't know how many whites I've had, but it seems like I've had a lot of games with the white pieces, right? So I'm sure I'm going to get two games with the black pieces next. Someone mentioned I could play Hikaru next. That could be really funny, right? If we play Hikaru, let's see. Hikaru's on 6. No, Hikaru's got more points than me. I think I'm on 5.5, and he'll probably win all his games. He's pretty good, isn't he? Sebastian Maze, good friend of mine, on the same score as Danny Gormali. And I was just chatting about Danny Gormali. I used to live with Danny in London, a good old friend of mine. Greg Shahade is even on 6. And there's myself on 6 points. And whoever I play in this group is going to be very strong, strong player. I wonder where that other English player, you know, the guy I drew with, where we both got 98%. Wonder where he is. Can you remember that game? What was his name? I can't remember his name now. I should know the English player's name. Let's see if we can find him. See where he is. Maybe one of you guys can search for him, right? There's some interesting names here, isn't there? Like Psycho Killer. Not as good as Psycho Cowboy. I'll let you guys search for it. I can't be bothered. It's too much to scroll down. I can't scroll that much down in the list. You can't even see the list. I just realised you can't see the list that I was scrolling through. Oh dear. So the next game should start soon. 3 games left. They come quite quick. They're just checking for more cheaters at this stage. They check for cheaters after round 4, round 8. As we know, cheating in chess is just like an epidemic. I mean, it's like, I can't say it's worse than COVID, because, you know, it doesn't kill anyone as far as I'm aware, but it's pretty terrible, yeah? I mean, what are we going to do with cheaters in chess? What do you think we should do? Come on, in the chat. If someone cheats at chess, what should be done to them? I mean, I'm thinking they should at least be publicly executed. Maybe the guillotine. Maybe we could stream it. You know, so we keep streaming going. That would be one thing. I'm with you, Neil Schufflot. I think one thing I think that's important actually with cheating though is that there's been a lot of cases of it where someone has cheated online and they're allowed to play like in another tournament very soon afterwards. I know this has happened in some leagues even with federations. They've cheated in a league, and in the next league they're allowed to play again, but they've been proven cheat, and I don't understand that at all. I think if someone has been proven that they've cheated, then they really should be banned from playing online for at least like 5 years, right? And probably offline as well, because it's really ruining chess. It's such a bad example in life and in the game. It ruins other people's tournaments, and I just hate it so much because it's happening so much now, so much. But is there a good way to stop it? You can't stop it, but you know, but like websites like obviously chess.com and Lichess are very good at finding cheats. You can't really get away with it. Well, you probably could. I mean, if you're very clever, you could. I mean, I don't think you could stop it, but why would anyone want to in an online thing? It's not like you can even win much money, right? I mean, you win, you know, if you're going to cheat at chess, you have to set up loads of ways to cheat. You know, if you do it, obviously you get caught out. So you have to be pretty subtle about cheating. And you go to all these lengths to cheat. You know, looking at various screens, messages from your friend, you know, sign language, and you win like 100 quid. And it's like, come on, man, if you're going to do that, just go down to the casino, cheat them if you want to, but don't do it in a chess match. I don't understand it at all. Very, very, very strange. And yeah, I think publicly executed guillotine, my preferred method of execution, would be my suggestion. Public guillotining. Somewhere like Paris seems appropriate. Only realised this the other day. I can't remember the exact date, but when was the last time someone actually got the guillotine in France? And I know you're all going to be googling now, right? But when was the last time someone actually got guillotined in France? Do you guys know? I think it was quite recent. I couldn't believe it. It was only like 40-50 years ago. I was like, really? I thought that was kind of like an archaic thing. So I'm obviously joking when I'm saying guillotine cheaters. Just guillotine their hand. That's what I meant. Their right hand and their left hand, so they can't play anymore. That's what I meant. Was it the 70s? It was the 70s. Says Star KO. Yeah, blooming 70s, wasn't it? It wasn't quite last year. 1970s, they still had the guillotine. That's just crazy, right? It is quite barbaric, the guillotine, and I don't think anyone should get their hands chopped off. Just make that clear. God, I'm always good at getting myself in trouble. And it was late 70s, 1977. I was born 2 years later than that, so 2 years before. Wow, that's crazy, right? That's crazy, absolutely madness. So we're just waiting for the next game to start. Now while you're doing this, if you want to go and help me, do check out this website I've got, gchess.com. It's something I've been spending a lot of times, a lot of hours working on with loads of other people. We're trying to develop this website as a way to help you get better at chess. Please do, if you want to support me, subscribe to that. It's a monthly subscription, but you're going to get so much for it as a way to help you prepare. Lots of interesting videos, lots of other stuff. We've got a full encyclopedia there, which is going to be your resource for openings by grandmasters. It's, yeah, we've spent years, well, basically years now making it. We've still got a bit to do, but it's really getting there. We've got some very exciting announcements, and if you go to gchess.com and you try to subscribe now, you can do that before any prices go up, which might have to with some of the exciting things we're adding to the site. Okay, so we're in and we're playing a strong IM. He looks young. He's from America, but he's got an Indian name, but we can crush him. Okay, 3 to go. Let's go Sicilian. We need to get 3 out of 3 to get a 5 out of 5 finish. So this is a big game. Oh, I hate this move. I really do hate this move with a passion. This queen takes is very annoying. Okay, and he's going for this one as well. I don't like these positions, I've got to be honest. Should have gone b5. Fucking hell. Okay, we're going to try to break somehow, because I don't like these positions where you get in a passive structure. But I probably need to develop and get at least have the option of castling first. So I really, whenever I play, I always try to avoid playing against this structure, which is known as the Moxie bind, because I always feel white is slightly better in these positions. So the opening, had I known it had gone this way, I wouldn't have played this way. Let's just say that. And it's already got me thinking. I want to play queen here, but then takes rook here, pawn on. Is that really going to work? Do I have to play this move, giving away this big square here? Now I can't do that because this is disastrous position. What am I doing here? Really playing this so badly. Jesus, Simon, you're playing this terribly. Okay, I'm gonna have to play something to get some play. One of those openings, so I was hoping we get an open Sicilian. One of those openings I keep meaning to get around to learn. I'm gonna have to go on G-chess after this and have a good look, right? I'm gonna have to have a look at this opening, because the way I've played it here is not to be recommended. So if he takes it, I probably have to give up the pawn there, where my one hope is my bishops are not good in this position, so I can't take with a pawn. It's just suicidal. I'm gonna have to give this pawn away, and my hope is I can play a rook c8 and generate a bit of play. Hence why I decided this move was pretty much forced, the move b5. So we're on the back foot here. We're on the back foot now. His queen is too strong. I have to take the queen off. There's no options here. But maybe it's not terrible, because I have this. This is the move I was relying on. Now it is taking there, right? If I go here, he goes b4. I go b4, he goes here. Got the 2 bishops. It's not that bad, but can I keep my 2 bishops? His knight comes in here. It's a strong piece. Here, knight here. So it's one of those cases where my bishops are not actually as good as you want, because the knight comes in here. But I think I have to play this rather passive looking move, because I'm a pawn down. I've got 2 bishops, so I need to keep them to keep some counterplay. Try to kick these pieces away, but he can just move his knight to d7, forcing the exchange, which I missed. Might be a safe pawn up. It's going to be very, very hard to win this one. So trying to defend for a draw here, but unfortunately, the way the opening has gone. You never know. Chances do come about. And here, knight here. It's bad as well. I keep saying bad a lot in this game, don't I? It's never a good sign when you're saying bad. I've got to watch out for a back ranker. So I wanted to play here and take this pawn, but then he takes my bishop and he comes with the back rank. So I've got to first try and give myself this escape square. So now I have to do this surely. And am I losing to this one? I don't know if I've got much choice. I mean, maybe it's losing, but we will play it anyway. I've got rook e5. I can't see how he wins after rook c1, rook e5, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is winning. If I get one more move in bishop f8, then I can win this game. But he's... Oh, I just missed this one here. This is just bad. I think because of this move. And I don't know if I just missed this one. Don't know if I can do anything about this. Okay, I can try taking some pawns, I suppose. This is the case of an opening gone horribly wrong and my opponent calculating well at the right moment. All we can do here is cause as many problems as possible, which is probably not a lot. His king's well positioned for the ending. You know, I can punt these pawns up the board, right? So that's what we have to do. We have to punt the pawns up the board as much as we can. That's what we're doing, punting up the board as much as we can. I didn't mean to go there, I meant to go one square nearer. Am I getting mated? Possibly. Fuck, yes. Ah, I didn't see that at the end. That was that. I even thought I was getting back into it around here, but it's always losing, isn't it? So, oh well, the dream is gone. 2 games to go. We can get 7.5, which is an alright score, but that was a very bad opening. And I've got to look at that queen takes d4 and find a line that I like. So, ugh, disappointing. Let's put it on the computer for a quick spin. Quick bloody spin. I think the computer is just clueless today. It doesn't have an idea. Because it still thinks I played well in that game. Absolute rubbish. My opponent played well. All credit to my opponent, but I made it easy. And you can see from the graph, the opening was just bad. I actually got right back into it at this moment. Let's see if I could survive. So here, I thought I was back into the game here. Let's have a look. So I kind of felt that here I was back into it. I should have... What should I have done here then? I should just put my rook behind the knight, causing some issues over there. Okay, some chances to survive, but this opening, what this is normal, but c4, I played this move a little bit quick. I think what I would do in future is play b5 straight away, which the computer, actually maybe not, the computer thinks that's a terrible move, right? Put it into g chess. I will, yeah, I'll put it into g chess. I don't know if I've got time to do that now because the next game's starting, but I will. What, after? Do we have time to do it? Let's have a look. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Let's put it into G chess. Let's put it into G chess. Let's keep an eye on when the game starts. I just see he's ringing me as well. That was a very strange ring, wasn't it? A very peculiar ring. And okay, that's very strange ringing. Okay, I think that's actually Fiona, there's a stream of Fiona ringing, but okay, G chess. We'll see if we can do this quickly. What opening was it? It was... Stop ringing me now. I'll just go to the Explorer board. I'm going to flip the board. Can you see this? You can't actually see it, can you? The game might start. So this is the website that we've made. Let's just move that bigger. I'll keep seeing if the game started. And let's just play those opening moves here, because this is why we created this website. It's one of the ways to help you with opening. So if we do this, we'll put the opening on the board. This happened. Now I played here. It went bishop b5, bishop here, and now it went bishop takes c4. So let's see. Okay, we got this here opening line on it, so this should tell me what to play. Let's load the PGN. Let's put it here. We are changing this layout a little bit, but you can see there's a lot of analysis here already, which is great. So I can actually see immediately, and this is Grandmaster analysis. This is actually done by, I'm not going to say which Grandmaster, but very strong Grandmaster we've had working on this. And you can see, oh, my game started. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's just try to get a quick win on the board, right? We can see that it's a good way to learn the openings, and that's just one feature. Okay, come on, let's just smash this guy. We're angry now. We've got to hillbilly him. In with the hillbilly. Going to finish like the psycho cowboy that we are. We can still get 7.5, right? 7.5 is a good score. 7.5 is a good score. So we're playing this. If anyone don't know this opening, anyone in the chat, does anyone not know this opening yet? Anyone? Looks a bit crude. Do you not know the opening? Imo Suji? Surely you know this one. Alakine f6. Look at this. You scare them into giving the pawn back with a great position. You don't know this opening. Grizzly Grizu. You must know this opening. It's the famous, the terrible, the stunningly dangerous, the brilliant, the awe-inspiring, the fearless, the reckless, the drunk hillbilly attack. It's a real fun opening actually against the Caro-Kann, because a lot of Caro-Kann players don't know what to do, and this position seems great for me. But what shall we do with a drunken sailor? Still got to win it, and I'm just going to play. Well, I was just going to play quickly. Do we want to swap this one off? Maybe. My pieces are all right as well. I'm going to go here. It looks like a good move to try and stop this one. How are we continuing this position? I'm just trying to work out the best plan. I think I'm a little bit better. I have the open file. Now he's going to put his bishop there, which I kind of want to encourage, because it might give me some tactical chances with my pawns. Now I could play very sensibly here, but it ain't gonna happen, is it? It ain't gonna happen. F4 is just saying play me, but then knight comes here. I'm gonna play this weird move first, just to cover this square, so I can just shove him, baby. Okay, so he's not afraid to take that, and that does damage his pawns over there, but he's gonna try and get some tricky checks in. Okay, this is quite a decent way of playing. Alright, we'll have to give up on our idea of checkmate, because we have new targets. We can play against these weakened pawns somehow. His bishop's now alive. Okay, this is good play from him. Do I move my bishop back? Consolidate it? Centralize it? Stop any checks it? Get the queen back? Can't checkmate his king without a knight coming over here, basically. It can't happen. So hence why we've gone into a more maneuvering way of playing, and it feels like I'm proving my position by doing these maneuvers. seems quite useful, but I've allowed this move, which I shouldn't really have allowed. I don't want to give up the open file, so we come here, and my strategy is basically play against his weakened pawns, which he did with that pawn break, which liberated his position but weakened his pawns. So I want to play bishop d4, but I'd lose a piece, so care needs to be taken. So this is a better move. I can immediately win that pawn there, but that would allow his queen in here. So again, this knight is a problem piece, so let's just keep it under control. Now this though. Okay, now I can take this one, right? Maybe. Oh shit, I blundered a piece. Oh, he's got this in queen check. I just totally missed this check. Oh, he didn't play it. Why didn't he take? Oh no, maybe did it blunder a piece? I don't know. It doesn't matter now. Am I losing a piece here? Oh god, maybe I am still losing a piece. Oh, for fuck's sake! I thought I was out of it, but I'm still losing a piece after all that nice little play I did as well. Oh, that's really frustrating. E5. Any back rank ideas? Maybe it's okay somehow this, but I can't see how at the moment. Maybe we can play this one to trap his bishop on e2 with knight. Oh, he's got a check. He's got a bloody check. He's got a bloody check. He's got a check on a1. I was hoping this would push his bishop away, but he's got this check. And that is a bummer. So it's desperation mode now after blundering a piece like that. With this move being a really nice way to win. Takes here, bishop. Oh no, okay, he's going for the ending. Probably just a sensible way to win, to be fair. If your piece is up, get the pieces off the board, and my position is not looking much fun, is it? Well, it was going alright, but that is, I'm now going to have to fight for 6.5 in the last game, which is not a very impressive score. 2 losses on a row. So certainly is he going to make me? He's getting very close, isn't he? Like this. Ugh. He could be mating me. He could well be getting near to mating me. Should I be resigning? We can't resign. We've got to keep some. Is he mating me yet? He's very close. He's getting close. Closer and closer. He doesn't need to mate me, does he? He's actually just... Okay, I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. Well played to my opponent, but I just blundered that piece there. I suddenly saw this weakness on this diagonal, so it was going okay. But it shows you in chess, you just play one inaccurate move, and it goes wrong. So the blunder I made in this game, this is all okay, this is okay, but this is where I start. I just need to play a couple of clever moves, and then I can start picking up the pawns. So again, it's so easy when you look at this afterwards. There's one move here which is just really good for me, and it's just so simple now when you're not doing it under pressure. Anyone see the move? What should I play here? It's so obvious. Let's see if any of you guys in the chat can just see the move. Now I'm looking at this, it's just like, why didn't I play this move? It's so obvious what I should play when I've got a major advantage, and I think it's like, well, king h1 is a good move. I think there's something even better. Bishop d4 loses a piece to bishop takes e2. I wanted to play this bishop d4, but it doesn't work. You can undermine my queen. Well done, simply the best. Well done, simply the best. This move is just crying out to be played. This is just positionally so strong here. This bishop was really annoying, right? You kill that bishop on a6. The bishop on a6 is now completely useless. You stop any tactics here, and at some point you stop this knight coming in. You control all of his pieces, and you're simply going to win this pawn. I can now play just this one. There's nothing he can do to stop it, or even now just bishop takes pawn is going to be very safe. So this would have given a positionally winning game, c4, because the way I played it allowed this idea of him undermining my pieces over there. He threatens to get rid of the defender of the bishop and take my bishop. So it went a bit wrong around there. So it's so easy afterwards. Okay, anyway, I'll show you the G chess thing, because I did want to look at this line, and this is the new website we've created. And if you want to get access to our Grandmaster encyclopedia, which you see here, you do have to subscribe. But remember, I was looking at this position. Now, the different things you can do to look at this position, our encyclopedia, it has a couple of different layouts which you can choose, and we're going to improve this layout so it's better. So here, what should I have played? Well, f5 looks like a move which is right up my street. So I will, if I get this position again, play f5. So it's always good to learn from your mistakes. And then here the idea is to play this, and this is a much more dynamic position than the one I got in the game. So I've got to really remember, if I get this c4 stuff again, f5, and you can see we have very deep analysis here. We use a neural network which costs us a lot of money to run all the positions on our site for 5 minutes to find out the correct course. But the other resources you can use on this is the game on? The game is on. Okay, let's get this last game out of the way then. Okay, thank you. Have we given up? We haven't given up. What am I going to play? I'm going to play e5. Okay, we've got to try to get. We're on 50%. We want to finish with more than 50%. So we'll go for e5 now. And against this, I've got to remember what I do. I play. Oh yeah, this is from a course I did with Blair. And I now like playing g5 because it's fun, right? Let's go g5. And can I go g4? This is like really fun way to play against an otherwise quite boring setup. You just push the g pawn like he's taken too much stuff, right? He's all spiced up. That has multiple meanings. He's spicy. That's what I meant. He's spicy. Look at him. And now we might consider this move, but we can also play like this, maybe. Some ideas. Just an interesting position. Okay, so he's stopping that one. And I thought he could try to pressurize my knight. We don't want to allow any tactics here. So let's just get this over with. Get a plus. Come on, we need to get a plus score. I forgot I spent a lot of time, right? I forgot about my time. Okay, let's get castle queenside. And once we're castled, we can start smashing up the position with these pawn moves. We can start opening up the position with various pawn punts like e4, f5, h4, and his knight here is bad. This is a nice position, very nice position. He's lacking counterplay, he's lacking space. So there's quite an this idea of h6 and g5. If you're looking for an interesting way to play against the Italian, which is notoriously boring, then this way of playing is certainly something I feel you could be interested in. Because when Blair, my good friend Blair, who has his own channel, Blair Chess, showed me this line, I was like, wow, that is pretty damn cool. I'm going to give that a go. Okay, now do we smash him up now, or I think we smash him up now. Come on, let's go. F him up. I mean the F file. Now he can win this pawn. I realise that. by taking everything here and taking here with check, but his king is in the middle of the board. My king is castled, so I'm also threatening to win this piece, threatening to win here. So for a measly little pawn, just look at the king protection. This is from a chessboard course actually, Colorado Joe. This is from sorry, I'm just trying to think as well. Doesn't this win a piece? This is from my E4 E5 course that I did with Bled. I can't even remember what it's called now. What's it called? Someone got the course? What's it called? Anyone remember? I can't even remember the name of the course now. I can't remember the name of my own course. Actually, 95 was even stronger, right? That was Dynamite Club Player's Guide. That was it. I'm so bad with names. That would have been even stronger. But this is pretty good, right? You see a way to win a piece and you do it. I'm actually thinking now. Can I win more than a piece? Oh, come on. Let's go for more than a piece. That would have won a piece, but I want more. More, more, more. The rebel yell, and he wants more, more, more. Why not queen d3? Well, queen d3 was fine, yeah, but you could go queen here. I want more. More. Okay, now we can. Both of these moves should win. Which one are we going to go for? Oh, this is surely quite nice. This is nice. Oh, this is nice. Queen d3 might be played. It might be played. This might be played very shortly. I've got so many good moves. It's just I want to finish with a little bit of glory here. So I want to finish with mate. I could win the rook, but we want a mate. Look at this. Put that in your pipe and have a smoke of it. We're going for mate. We don't want a measly rook. Rooks are boring. We want to checkmate him because it's much more fun. I want to take on c3. We want to finish on a high. And what a move. What a move. Is that a good move? It looks like a good move, doesn't it? And look at this. I've got more to come. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, son. Bishop takes, knight takes, checkmate. We're threatening queen b2, checkmate. And this is the way to do it. I'm just gonna no. We're not having any of that, please. None of that. I'm just stepping out of the way. And goodbye, kingy. Goodbye, kingy. Boo boo. Goodbye, kingy. Boo boo. Goodbye, goodbye, kingy. That's a version of a song you may not have heard. That was an angry ginger there. That was an angry ginger. Never mess with the angry ginger. Ken, thank you so much for the cheer there. It's very, very kind. Very, very kind. Cheers, sir. Thank you all. I mean, just to finish off, we'll have a look at the scores. I mean, I was on G-Chess, so I will just show you some of the other features here. This is like the thing I'm relying on doing well. So if you do want to check it out, we're going to be adding more to this. It's going to be hopefully your best way to improve your openings. I was looking at this one. Yeah, we were looking at this position I had in a game. We could put my other games in there. I'm not going to do that at the moment, but all these resources, we can look at the top games that have been played in this, and you can bring those games up on the board. You can see what's played. You can look at YouTube videos. Daniel Wrench has had this position, so you can put a position on the board and it will find a YouTube video from that position. Look at this.
You can check on the openings with that.
That's quite cool, right? So rather than searching through YouTube for a certain position, you can get it on the board with this little search feature. And there's loads of other cool stuff, but I won't bore you with that for now. But go and check out G-Chess. It takes a little bit of getting into, but it's a serious tool for those of you who are serious about getting better at chess. Go and check it out. It's gchess.com. If you want to get the full boomy from it, you have to subscribe, but you get loads of stuff for it, and we're adding more all the time. It finds YouTube, it finds YouTube videos automatically. That's the idea. You put a position on a board and you find a YouTube video of that position, as I just did there, straight away. That's just one of the things, but it's mainly if you're really seriously into your chess, it can do many different things. Anyway, thank you for the cheers as well. DMU is dynamite. That's DMT, isn't it? But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. As always, chess hasn't been amazing. Chess hasn't been completely amazing, but it's been all right. And let's have a look who won the tournament, who's winning the tournament. Can it be Eric? Let's just see. Is Eric still... Well, what's going on there? Is Eric still playing? Can Eric win? No, I don't think... I think Eric messed it up at the end. But you can, of course, watch his brilliant play. It looks like Kirill Shevchenko won it. So well done to him. It's obviously a good result. And do stay with me. We're going to send a little raid over. And one nice thing to do whenever we are raiding is to always say hello to the person we're raiding. Give them a nice hello. Let's raid Sergey Karyakin. I can't believe he's only got 40 players watching, and he's one of the strongest players in the world. So say a little hello to him. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for all your support. It's been fun as always, and I'll be back again. I'm going to try to stream every day this week, so make sure you follow the channel. You'll know when I'm streaming next, probably tomorrow, and have a good night. Bye for now.